What what is up, guys? It is Dusky coming to you today with a brand new video. This is a continuation of a previous series that I've been doing where I was talking about how to use each troop. Today we're going to be talking about the witch. Today, like I said, we're going to be talking about the witch, one of my absolute favorite troops in the entire game. I love using it at Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10. Those two Town Halls are primarily going to be what you're going to use the witch at. At first glance here, the witch is kind of a weak troop when you first look at it. It's not strong. It doesn't do great damage per second, doesn't have high hit points. It's not very fast, but where the witch really does, you see that strength is in those skeletons that she summons. So what she's going to do is she's going to be able to summon skeletons. I think it's like 3 or 4 at a time. I think it's 4 at a time. I'm pretty sure it's 4 at a time. But those skeletons are going to be able to mob certain things. Like they're just going to go to every building and just absolutely demolish it. The max level witch is going to be able to summon up to 14 units. Now, if you think about that, if you get 8, 9, 10 witches out there, that is a ton of skeletons. That is so many skeletons. The skeletons are weak, but once you lose a skeleton, she summons more. Like I said, she is one of my absolute favorite troops in the game. I used her to go perfect in a season against some of the best players in the entire world. If you want to see the army that I use, be sure to click right up there. You'll be able to see the exact army that I use to go perfect. So some of her strengths are those skeletons. That is going to be her primary source of damage. Those skeletons will get out in front for her and tank for her because there's so many of them. Any kind of a point defense that's going to be shooting at it is going to be shooting at the skeletons, trying to take all of them out, and then they keep on coming and the point defense hits it, skeletons come. Point defense takes those skeletons out, more skeletons come. However, when you start getting into splash damage, that's whenever she starts to get hurt pretty bad. If you can get some splash damage from a mortar, wizard, then that's going to really take out those skeletons quick, and then that's going to leave her vulnerable. Because once she's by herself, she is not a good troop. She's not good at all. But with those skeletons, those are her strengths. So try to have a plan for any kind of a wizard tower, for any kind of a mortar, anything like that. A free spell works really well, or just using a tank so that the witch can actually focus on that. Or I'm sorry, so that the splash damage can actually focus on that tank as opposed to on the witch and skeletons. Another huge weakness for witches is multi-inferno towers. It is very ill-advised to send witches into multi-inferno towers because those skeletons and the protection of the witch absolutely gets hammered by the multi-infernos. So don't send your witches into multi-infernos. Terrible idea. It will work very rarely. If you do want to do that, if you see no way around it, use free spells and yeah, more free spells. Another weakness of hers are bombs that are able to take out the skeletons pretty quick. Once those skeletons are taken out, again, she's by herself, no defense basically, and she can be taken out by any point defense really quickly. Some of the armies that I like to use her in are Witch Slap, which consists of a couple golems, and a good many witches, and some wizards that go with it. By the way, the wizard complements the witch extremely well. If you want to watch a video on how to use the wizard, be sure to click right up there. Anyways, the damage that the wizard does helps out a lot. So golems, wizards, witches, very effective combination there. Also putting bowlers in the clan castle. The army that I use is 3 golems, 8 witches, and 8 wizards, and then bowlers in the clan castle. I'll also use a heal and 3 jumps with that specific army. You can do that differently at Town Hall 10 because you have the wall wrecker. You can take a little bit less heal, or a little bit less jump spells and a couple more heal spells and a rage spell. One little tip that I like to tell people, and this is something that's very effective when you're doing just about any attack, is if there's an exposed king, like on this base down here, if there's an exposed king, you can drop a witch on this king, and that witch with those skeletons will be able to take that king out pretty easily. So that's a pretty effective strategy there. So if you're using, your hogs or anything along those lines, and you don't know any way to deal with the king, go ahead and use a witch. Use that witch, take him out. That's going to also require there to be no splash damage around that king, because splash damage will almost instantly ruin that idea. Another way to keep the witches alive on one side or the other is using healers on those witches specifically. Healers on witches almost negates the fact that there's splash damage. So healers on witches helps a lot. Another army that I like to use, and this one was actually originated, I believe, in Valar Morghulis by One Day Sail. It's called the Flying Witch. So what that is a queen walk going on one side of the base. You'll get, and then just a normal witch army going straight up the middle with a golem and king. This is very effective if there's a lot of splash damage on one side. Another army that I like to use with witches at Town Hall 10 is called the Frozen Witch. So what you're going to do is you're basically going to take a lot of witches, a couple of tanks, maybe a golem or 2 golems, along with that wall wrecker. You're going to be able to use that wall wrecker to push everything through the base. If you come across any multi-infernos or anything like that, you can freeze that. You'll have multiple freezes with you. My favorite composition for the Frozen Witch is going to be 4 wizards, 4 healers, 14 witches, a wall wrecker, your king, queen, 1 heal spell, 1 rage spell, and 7, count them, 7 freezes, and then 1 poison as well. That's going to be able to help you freeze. You're going to want to freeze multi-infernos. You're going to want to freeze wizard towers. Those are your big 2 things that you want to freeze, because those are your biggest threats to the actual witches. That's going to about do it, guys. That's a very, very high level overview of witches. You'll be able to use them a little bit better now. The compositions that I described are extremely, extremely effective and extremely, extremely easy to use. I hope they help you out. I hope you get better from this. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe down below. We reached 100 subscribers, guys. That's so awesome. I'm so excited. Love all y'all. Y'all are amazing. Let's keep it going. Let's get to 1,000 next. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up, a like, a comment down below. Is there an army that you use that I didn't mention in my video? If so, be sure to mention it down below in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Check out all my socials down below. You guys have a great week. Peace.